The first bell rang at 11:47 p.m., even though the church on Pine Ridge Road had burned down 20 years ago. Ethan Cole noticed it while scraping frost from his windshield, breath fogging the air like smoke from a dying fire. Snow fell softly, the kind that made the world feel paused, too quiet, too clean. Christmas Eve in Pine Ridge, Oregon was always like this, beautiful, isolated, and uneasy in a way no one liked to talk about. Ethan had moved back only 3 weeks ago, after his father's sudden death. The town hadn't changed. Same pine forests, same narrow roads, same unspoken rule: don't go out after midnight on Christmas night. He laughed at the thought as the bell echoed again, low, hollow, wrong. There was no church, there were no bells, yet the sound rolled through the trees like something calling. Ethan drove faster, headlights slicing through the snowfall. His childhood home stood alone at the edge of the forest, a 2-story wooden house with yellow lights glowing weakly through frosted windows. Inside, the heater hummed. A small Christmas tree stood in the corner, decorated with old ornaments his mother used to love. She had died when he was 10, found frozen near the church ruins on Christmas morning. The official report said exposure. The town said nothing. Ethan poured himself coffee, hands shaking slightly. Then he heard it. Knock, knock, knock. 3 slow knocks at the front door. His phone buzzed at the same moment. Unknown. Do you hear the bells too? His stomach dropped. Another knock, louder this time. Ethan opened the door. No one was there, just snow, and a single bell hanging from the porch beam, gently swaying. At 12:03 a.m., the bells began ringing everywhere, from the forest, from the road, from inside the walls. Ethan grabbed a flashlight and stepped outside. The snow reflected the light like shattered glass. In the distance, between the trees, he saw shapes, people standing motionless, facing the burned church grounds. As he moved closer, recognition hit him like ice. Old neighbors, missing townsfolk, people who had died or vanished on Christmas night. Their eyes were open, their mouths whispered in unison. The bells must finish ringing. Memories surged back, memories he had buried. The church hadn't burned accidentally. Every Christmas Eve, the town performed a ritual. A bell was rung for each year past, keeping something ancient beneath Pine Ridge asleep. When Ethan was 10, the ritual failed. His mother tried to stop it. The bells rang incomplete, and something woke up, the thing that wears familiar faces. The air dropped below freezing. Frost crawled up Ethan's arms. Behind him, footsteps crunched in the snow. He turned. His mother stood there, exactly as she had the last time he saw her. Same coat, same smile. "Come home," she whispered. Her shadow rang with bells. The forest began to move. Trees bent inward. Snow fell upward. The bells rang faster, louder, screaming now. Ethan ran, back to the church ruins, back to the bell tower, half collapsed, blackened by fire. He climbed, hands bleeding, bells shaking violently around him. At the top, he found the final bell, never rung. With the last of his strength, Ethan pulled the rope. The sound shattered the night. Silence followed. Snow settled. The figures vanished. Christmas morning came softly to Pine Ridge. Locals found fresh footprints leading to the old bell tower. Inside, they found a single note carved into frozen wood. The bells are complete. Every Christmas since then, the town hears bells at midnight, but no one answers the door anymore, and no one ever leaves Pine Ridge.
The scariest part wasn't what happened that night. It was realizing that I had invited it in myself. I moved to rural Michigan in late 2021, about 2 hours outside Chicago, after deciding city life wasn't for me anymore. I worked remotely as a software designer, and all I wanted was quiet. No traffic, no neighbors stacked on top of each other, just space. The house I rented sat near a lake surrounded by trees. It wasn't new, but it had character. Wooden floors, large windows, and a deck that faced the water. During the day, it was peaceful. At night, the silence felt heavy, like the house was holding its breath. I lived alone. At first, I enjoyed it, but loneliness doesn't announce itself loudly. It creeps in slowly. Evenings felt longer. The quiet stopped being relaxing and started feeling empty. That's when I downloaded an app called Room Match. It wasn't a dating app, more like a short-term stay app for travelers or people needing temporary housing. I told myself it was practical, extra money, some company. That's how I met Lena. Her message was short and polite. "I'll only stay for 3 nights. I'm quiet. You won't even notice me." Her profile said she was 28, from New York, a freelance photographer passing through the Midwest. Her photos were simple, no filters, no flashy poses. Something about that made her seem trustworthy. I agreed. She arrived on a Friday evening, just as rain started to fall. When I opened the door, she stood there with a small backpack, rainwater dripping from her coat. She was taller than I expected, with long dark hair and pale skin. Her eyes looked tired, like she hadn't slept properly in a long time. "Thanks for letting me stay," she said softly. The moment she stepped inside, I felt something shift. The house felt colder, though the heater was on. I brushed it off as my imagination. The first night was uneventful. She stayed mostly in the guest room, barely spoke, no music, no phone calls. I went to bed early, telling myself I was overthinking things. The second day, I noticed small oddities. She never ate in front of me. I'd hear the kitchen late at night, but in the morning, nothing looked touched. She spent long periods standing near the lake, completely still, staring at the water. That night, I asked her if everything was okay. She smiled faintly and said, "Do you ever feel like some places remember people?" I laughed awkwardly. "That's a strange question." She didn't laugh back. The third night is when everything changed. I couldn't sleep, so around 2:30 a.m., I checked the security camera feed on my laptop. I had installed cameras when I moved in, front door, hallway, and backyard. I skipped through the footage. Lena never appeared. Not walking to the kitchen, not entering or leaving her room, not standing by the lake. Hours passed on the footage with no sign of her. My stomach dropped. I went to the guest room. The bed looked untouched, like no one had slept there at all. But in the morning, she was sitting at the kitchen table, calm, silent, present. "Did you sleep okay?" she asked. I stared at her, unsure what to say. That evening, the power went out. The lights flickered once, then everything went dark. The house felt unbearably quiet. I grabbed my phone for light and called out her name. No response. Then I saw her, standing at the end of the hallway. She wasn't moving. She wasn't blinking. "Lena," I whispered. She tilted her head slightly. "You checked the cameras, didn't you?" My heart started pounding. Before I could respond, the lights came back on. She was gone. I searched the house frantically. The guest room was empty. No bag, no clothes, no sign she'd ever been there. On the bed, I found a single object, an old Polaroid photograph. It showed the lake outside my house, and standing at the edge of the water was me. On the back, written in faded ink, was a date, 1996. I wasn't even born yet. I drove straight to the town library. I didn't know what I was looking for, just answers. After hours of digging through local records, I found it. A newspaper article from 1996. Young woman presumed drowned in lake. Body never recovered. Her name was Lena Hart. The photograph in the article matched her perfectly. That night, I packed my bags. As I loaded my car, I heard a voice behind me. "Some places don't let people leave," it said. She stood by the lake just as still as before. I didn't respond. I got in my car and drove away without looking back. I don't live near water anymore, and I never let strangers stay with me. Because sometimes the guest isn't passing through. Sometimes they were already there.